Okay, so I'm currently looking for a trade on NQ, a bullish trade. Market has just opened. We opened lower, took out the previous 5-minute lows. As you can see, we came lower, swept liquidity down here. Looks like we're breaking structure to the upside on this previous up close leg. The 3-minute could form a nice fair value gap here, but I don't know if I'm going to take it this early on, especially with the fact that we are currently reacting lower out of this 30-minute intermediate term high right here. Okay, so the 3-minute is broken, it's created a nice fair value gap. This could be a good entry. I might enter a couple M&Q contracts on this, and then if the 5-minute creates a nicer entry model, then I will be taking that as well. We've got 15-minute equal highs and previous day high right here, which is marked out as buy side liquidity. These two intermediate term highs are on the 30-minute, so I will probably be using these as partial in points due to the fact they're inside 1 to 1.5 of the standard deviation leg. I'd like a 5-minute closure above this high if I'm going to be taking this 3-minute gap. Looks like we're just about to get that. Okay, that's perfect. So I'm going to be looking for a 3-minute pullback here to this fair value gap. I'll be entering a couple contracts right here. Okay, so I'm entering longs there. Stop loss is going to be below this leg down here, just below this low. Okay, so we've opened lower, which has made us inverse this gap, so I'm going to be closing right there. A slight pullback, there we go. I'm going to be closing there. Not confident on this trade anymore. We've had a nice manipulation leg lower, so I'm just going to watch this play out now. If this then goes up to hit my take profit, then it is what it is. But yeah, I'm closing this now. Okay, there we go. That's why I closed that trade. Great risk management in my opinion. Took a $40 loss instead of a $200 loss. Obviously, when trades start to stall like this inside of your gap, and they look like they're hesitating whether to go higher or inverse, that's when I start looking for potential confluences to close, and seeing how we opened here with this volume imbalance on a 3-minute, it didn't inverse with this leg, it inversed with the open. As you can see right here, we opened lower. So that was a clear indication for me to stop out my trade. I was just looking for a top wick to get put in off the open, so I closed as we put a top wick in to minimize risk. Yeah, so that was great risk management on my behalf. Personally believe that this may just be the early market manipulation. As market has just opened, I have been taking a few losses like this recently, so I might adapt how I'm trading. I do believe that these losses are very unnecessary. I think I'm just trading too early on in the market, and I'm ending up getting stop raided. This has happened quite a few times recently. So yeah, I've only taken $40 loss, so I'm going to be looking for another trade now. This could look very good to the upside. Seeing we've got these two sweeps down here. We've got our early market manipulation. However, we are reacting off an intermediate term high on the 30-minute. So I think for me to get into a trade, I would like to see 10 a.m. The close before 10 a.m. I'd like to see us close above this high here, inversing the 30-minute and breaking this previous 30-minute high. Then I'll be inclined to take longs. However, if we keep reacting off this, then we do have a 4-hour intermediate term low down here, which could also be a nice bearish target. However, with all the news that's currently going on, for me, longs do look best. We are delivering out of an hourly gap, so I'd also like to see this get inversed in 17 minutes. So I'm just going to stay patient till then. Okay, so price has decided to sell off now. We've come to take out this 5-minute low, and we've also created an SMT with this on ES. So things are also still looking bullish to me. I think maybe if we come lower, tap into the 4 hour, and then manage to still close up here, then that'll look really good for longs. So this could also be a great longing opportunity. We have tapped into the 30-minute fair value gap, swept liquidity, and created a bullish SMT. So this is everything that you really need for a trade for my model. Looks like we're inversing this really nicely. This could be a really good trade to the upside, depending on where we close. Okay, just looking for an open low to get put in now, and then I'm going to buy one contract. There we go, so I'm filled in on this now. I've got a much better fill than if I would have gotten on the inversion. My fill is here. Stop loss is going to be below this body here, and I'm going to be targeting higher price. I'm going to put my TP at the equal highs up here. However, if we get a reaction off this, and I'll be closing, I'm just putting it up there for now because I want to see price come higher to potentially break structure here, so I can look for a better entry point to risk more capital. At the moment, we're creating a trend line here, which I do like. If we can break out of this, also create a breaker structure here, then it's going to look really good for longs. Break here is looking, there we go, this break is starting to look really nice. Now this is the new 4 hour open. We have created a small bottom wick here, so I feel like this could be price creating a top wick to then go lower. I'm not too sure just yet. This is a 30-minute intermediate term high now. This is now swept. So this is our 30-minute intermediate term high. So I may be looking to close this depending on the reaction we get from this. Looks like we're getting a bearish reaction now. This could be the 4 hour top wick getting put in, sweeping out a high, filling out an imbalance, and then setting price to go lower. Yeah, okay, it looks like we're coming below this. I think I'm going to be closing my trade there. So closed right here. Now we can see where the market's going to go after this closure. So it looks like the market's still pumping. I'm happy with my closure. We swept this intermediate term high, which I was looking to close off anyway, and then we closed sweeping this high. Now we've closed breaking this high, so we've got a breaker structure here. We could be getting a potential pullback to this fair value gap right here. However, I won't be taking this due to the reaction of this 30-minute intermediate term high. We do have good bullish confirmation for this. We've got a sweep of liquidity, bullish SMT, filled a 30-minute fair value gap, reacting off a 3-minute BPR, inversed this 3-minute fair value gap here, broke this trend line here, and now we've got a break of structure. So this pullback could be really good. I will tape read this instead of getting into it. There we go. So I'm really glad I didn't take this trade. Very happy with how I closed this trade here. So my risk management has been great today. Looks like we're just price just wants to sell off today. I mean, everything in my opinion looks bullish, but the market's just trying to sell off. So I think I might be avoiding trading today. On my new eval, I'm currently up $36, so basically a break-even day. Great risk management. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it there.